Live. Twitter Spaces. Twitter Spaces. If you guys can hear my voice, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. Twitter Space fam. Juan, can you hear me? Cannoli, can you hear me? Do it. Hey, let's fucking go.
I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
my voice? Nothing sounds shitty. Let's fucking go. All right. Hold on. I think, Mr. Sasha, I think I can still hear. Nope, I think I'm good. Okay, cool. Cool. Here we go. Guys, let me put my glasses on. What am I doing? What am I doing, fam? Welcome back to the Joyage Kingdom. I'm Cage, your guide. I'll be replacing the little voice inside your head for now, giving you a break from the constant internal monologue that is the human mind. I want to say first, thank you for listening or viewing on whatever platform you're on. If you haven't already, smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Join the kingdom. Today, this podcast is brought to you guys by BetFury Gaming. Why does someone call me? Okay, hold on. Let me pause the intro. Every time someone calls me, I swear, and I have do not disturb on, but somehow it still happens. All right, I think we're not rugged still. Let me. Oh, Jesus Christ, Devin. How do I? Okay, there we go. We're back. This podcast is brought to you guys by BetFury Gaming, a crypto company looking to bring y'all generational motherfucking wealth. We're going to be bringing our educational content podcast over to them, over to their DJ audience. Also, if you're watching this on Twitch, every 10 minutes you watch, you earn 100 points, which you can exchange for those points for entries to win real cash prizes. People are winning shit every single stream. It is nutty, fam. You're winning stuff just by watching the podcast, just by learning. Make sure you guys are following. There is a massive giveaway worth 0.5 ETH today. So make sure you're following for that. I will, let you guys know how you guys can enter for that during the podcast at some point, like the midway point, and then we'll announce the winners at some point towards the end. So today's guest, we have Mr. Sausage, founder of SmartGROWAI, founder of NFTElite.com. We are going to be talking a lot about the future of Web3, the future of AI, the marketing, how all that works, how they all tie together, his experience helping launching some of the craziest projects in the game. I'm really, really excited to sit down and talk to him. Mr. Sausage and I have been vibing the last couple of days here, and we are excited to just bring you guys a sick episode. So, Mr. Sausage fam, welcome to the podcast, and welcome to everyone watching. We love you.
Hey, thanks so much for having me here. I'm really excited to finally be able to join the Joyage Kingdom. It's an honor to be here. I know the type of amazing speakers you had in the past. So by sharing this stage with you, I'm like, I'm really lucky to be here. It's definitely something that I have been looking forward to since the day we got in contact, man. So I'm really happy we made it a reality. Can't wait to kick everything off. And of course, get everything rolling. I'm an open book today. Not only for you, but for anybody that wants to learn about the future of AI and Web3, what's going on in the Web3 space in terms of marketing. And of course, the final goal is always to help. So, I'm here for everything needed.
Let's fucking go. Guys, if you're excited to get into this space, make sure you retweet it. Bottom right corner is the easiest way to support. If you're excited for the conversation, if you've been enjoying the past conversations, there are many more coming. Hit that bottom right icon. Retweets and likes are the easiest way to support. That will be part of the way you can win this giveaway as well. So we appreciate y'all. I'm going to take 1 second here to put up the other links. If you're in Spaces right now and you want to join us on Twitch, if you want to join us on YouTube, you can take a look at the top of the space right now. You can check out those links and meet us on YouTube or Twitch. But dude, let's just get started with this. How have you been recently? What has changed in the last 3 or 4 months, I guess, for you with NFTs? I'd love to just have like I don't know, because there's people who know you and there's people who don't know you, but I feel like it's a good place to start with like what you've been doing recently and what you've been excited about.
Definitely a quick recap of what's going on. So I would say the Web3 space is definitely a really, really fast moving space. So, whatever I did a year ago has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Over the past 4 months until now, it's definitely been a bumpy ride. Not only in terms of the whole Web3 situation, economics, ETH going up and down, man. Can somebody stop moving? Can devs do something? But also in terms of the type of customers that we're getting. As mentioned before, our main line of business has been NFTElite.com. We have helped over the past 4 years over the 150 successful NFT projects in the Web3 space. But in the past 4 months, a lot has changed in terms of the types of people that approach us. And I think that's actually a sign, and I would say it's a strong sign of the future of Web3. When we just started, we would see a lot of, people that they knew what they wanted, but the space was really new, and it was just young people that were excited to build, excited to create something amazing. And over time, we noticed that market, and definitely not only the customers, but also the people that are launching their own NFTs, the founders, have matured a lot, man. I mean, over the past 4 months, I do see a huge, swift change to, companies, regular Web2 businesses that are jumping into Web3. And I think we have seen that a lot recently, even with launches like Porsche, or many big stores that are launching their own NFTs. So that's exactly what's going on right now in the market. We definitely foresee that coming and developing more in the future. But yeah, I mean, over the past 4 months, we have been growing at I'm gonna call it at a steady and a slow pace as well. It's like a quick raft of growth, then something happens, we got to put a little bit on the brake, then we got to speed up again, but I guess it's part of Web3. I love it and getting used to it.
Right on, bro. Right on. And just for a little bit of context, so with do SmartGrow AI and NFTelite.com, do they work together in any way, shape, or form, or are they two separate companies? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, of course. That's actually a great question. And I think without NFTelite.com, SmartGrow AI would have never existed. I mean, the main reason it was invented was because we were managing projects of all types. And we do have a lot of projects, they have amazing ideas. But, marketing budgets are not always huge when you start in a startup, mainly as an NFT project founder, right? I mean, it's a tough situation, right? So we were looking at ways to actually cut expenses, not really for us, but for the projects we were helping. I mean, when you launch an NFT project, you got to wear so many hats, right? I mean, you got to be a founder, you got to be a developer, an artist, marketer, you got to be a reply guy. It's tough, right? So we started dabbling internally over 6 months ago with AI. There was not really a huge hype about it, but we were playing around with it. And one day, Maxwell, he's actually part of my team. He comes to me and he's like, "Hey, Mike. I mean, for those that don't know me, most people know me in Web3 as Mr. Sausage, but you can call me Mike." I guess a lot of people didn't know that. He comes to me. He's like, "Hey, look, I have developed a system. It's still like preliminary, that I think it could help us a lot with marketing because it's AI powered." And I'm like, "How is that possible? I mean, are you telling me that this could actually like do things for us?" And honestly, at the beginning, I was in total disbelief. I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning, I was like, "That's not possible, man. I don't think an AI system could replace my entire team. I mean, that would be crazy. Well, if that's true, what's gonna happen with us in the future, right?" So little by little, I started testing it, and look, we started noticing that it started to really help us day by day. Not only with automating things using AI, but also by smallly, giving replies to people, creating content. We're like, "Whoa, this could be huge." I mean, this is exactly the type of things we do daily, and now we can do them much faster, much smarter, and better, right? So little by little, we started pretty much developing the tool, but we put it, I would say, in a drawer for, I don't know, a few months, right? And then the whole hype for AI came, and I was like, "Hey, didn't we have something we were working on before, right? Is it possible to actually put it up to date? Is it possible to actually, bring different changes that could actually benefit people?" And we took a decision in the team to go ahead and build SmartGrow AI. Right now, I would say we're the leading AI marketing tool in the market, and we're using it pretty much for all our projects. So yeah, definitely. I mean, SmartGrow AI is definitely what we're focusing on right now. But I don't think it would have existed if NFTelite.com didn't use it.
Nice, nice. So what are the can you give us any specifics on how/what specifically the AI part handles? And then are you able to disclose any of the projects, or is that something that's under wraps because of contract stuff?
No, yeah, definitely. Let me give you some insight about that. So the way SmartGROWAI works, it's like having a complete social media team working for you, but I would say it's faster, better, and smarter. I mean, if you compare it to any type of bot tool, right? Because they exist, man. I mean, they existed for the past 10 years. The main difference with this is that the system actually thinks by itself. And I think that's the magic of AI. I mean, when you use your system, you're able to give it an AI personality. So that means that it's able to be an extension of yourself, right? I think that's the key element part of it. And what it does is that not only can it create tweets for you, threads, and everything in the creative side of it, but the real thing that it can do is that it can reply for you 24/7. So that means that you could be putting a tweet right now, and I'm here with you in the spaces. But while I'm with you, my account is actually working for me 24/7 on autopilot. I mean, my
Mm.
account is probably replying to people right now, liking their posts, sending a good morning message. But I'm here with you, right? And I think it's that type of hands-off experience that is letting people, get more time in their days and bring that joy of actually wanting to be in Web3.
Do you think people ever worry about that, like the fact that it's not actually you? Does that bring any, like, talk about the set of problems that potentially could bring, and then talk about like what I guess talk about like the good things that come from that, and then maybe the bad things as well, because there's obviously both sides, and there's gonna be people who
Definitely.
support it and who don't support it.
Yeah, of course. Actually, look, we just mentioned it's something that we even brought up internally. And once we started reaching out to people, of course, there were a lot of concerns at the beginning. I mean, one of the main concerns we get all the time, it's, man, I love my community. I don't really want to replace
Mhm,
myself because I want to make a connection with them. So
mhm,
what we end up telling them, it's that SmartGROWAI, it's a way to supercharge them. It's not meant to replace you. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think any AI tool should be here to actually replace you. I think it should be here to power you, man. I mean, it should be here to give you back your time. Of course, work is an extension of yourself, but at the same time, help you get more traffic into any of your type of funnels, right? I don't know, even if it's your Twitter account, your
mhm.
YouTube, look, even in your LinkedIn, and we'll go more into the type of customers later, but whenever we think about AI, you always think about some type of gray metallic robot
Literally.
that's just going to take over your accounts, right? But not in fact. I mean, you do have full control of everything at every single time. What this does is that you can continue working even while you sleep. I mean,
Mhm,
a good example of this was our first initial testing was over New Year's. So we actually had one of our team members. I was like, "Hey man, what are you doing right now?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just chilling with the family. It's New Year's, so I'm not even online." I was like, "Can I get your account for a little bit? I want to connect it to our system and see if we can actually get any type of growth with it." And honestly, it was mind blowing. That was the first time I actually said, wow, like this system could actually work for people. Because while he was celebrating in New Year's in a completely different time zone, his account was sending replies to people, liking posts. And I was like, man, if this guy knew the type of growth he's getting right now, he might even come back from New Year's. Right? So definitely has good things. It had its bad things, but I think that the good things are offsetting the bad. And look, there's restrictions of all types, but I'm pretty sure. What type of question do you have for this?
and I mean, for me, it's just like I probably would just echo kind of the first thing you said, which is like, damn, if I'm like, if I, for me, I guess it might be a little bit different. I would love to hear people in space. Oh my God, I'm glad I remembered this. So people in spaces, if you guys have opinions on stuff, please, in the bottom right corner, that message icon, it'll bring you to like the Twitter space tweet thing, and you can leave a comment there if you have any questions, thoughts, opinions, statements, whatever. Drop them in there. I'm going to be checking those out throughout the podcast if I can remember. And if you're on YouTube or Twitch, obviously you can put it in the chat. Would love to know y'all's opinions, because there's content creators who follow me. There's founders of people. There's founders of projects that follow me. There's business owners. Like there's a whole variety of people who follow, because we have an aged up audience. A lot of our audience is older than me. It's like my massive audience, like my biggest audience is literally 30 to 55. So I'm very interested to see what y'all's thoughts are. Mine comes on a content creator perspective, and the fact that I'm friends with most of the influencer people that we know of. And so when I interact with most people, I don't it would be weird for me not to know if that's my friend responding to me. Like, is that really Bryson, or is that like his AI robot? Like, I guess that's the only part that really scares me, because I'm down for the whole thing of like, yeah, it should be an extension of yourself to help you. But if I'm like replying and then I'm like, yo, like you saw that thing yesterday, right? And he's like, no. I'm like, wait, what? It's like, oh, that's my AI person. And maybe it's the same concept. Maybe it's the exact same concept as a VA, a virtual assistant who's messaging people back in the Instagram DMs. That's just something that like scares me. Like I know Gary V, for the most part, is the person responding to people's messages, or at least that's what he says. And it would be weird for me if people were like asking me about something and I literally just didn't know because it was my VA or my artificial intelligence helper.
Definitely. No, honestly, you just brought a really good point of that. I think the main thing is, what if you actually like the tweets more that were generated by AI? you know,
Shit.
that's actually a funny thing. But
Yeah.
look, at the end of the day, nobody and no system could replace you, for example, man. I mean, for example, your essence, your personality. Even if we can teach it to an AI system like ours, it is going to be on point. It is going to be, an extension of yourself, but it's never going to be 100% you. And I think that's the key to understand all of this. I believe our for example, SmartGrow AI, I don't think it's meant for the regular person every day. I think it's meant for that person that wants more,
Got
that
it.
person that wants to scale. I mean, it's like you mentioned it. Usually I don't bring up VA on Web3 because a lot of people don't know about VA because that's really like from other type of businesses, right? And I'm
Mhm.
really happy you brought that up. But that's exactly how I would define this. If you would hire a VA to work 24/7 on your social media accounts to let them grow, that's exactly what our system can do, but at a fraction of the cost and without you even having to train them. So
Mhm.
it does replace that and it helps you scale because, for example, you're busy, man. I mean, I know you're going crazy with productions. I know you got a lot of things going on. I can see that smile, right? So I know that there's moments in time where your physical presence is not able to actually continue engaging, continue making your account grow. Well, that's exactly what Smart Grow AI does for you. When in those times where you're not being able to work because you're
Got it.
busy, or you want to just relax, this continues working for you.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. You're right, because literally, like recently, as of like literally very, very, very recently, I have begun hiring out for editors, hiring out for a VA and things like that. And so I looked at my schedule yesterday and I was like, damn, there's normally a 4 hour block of me editing podcasts that I'm not editing podcasts. So like, what do I even do during this time? And part of it was part of the reason I wanted to delegate some things was there just some more personal matters slash spiritual matters that I need to have time for to do that just take 2 to 4 hours or probably 2 hours. But there was a period where I was like, damn, well, during that time, I'm not going to be able to be on Twitter. Like all morning today, I only went on Twitter twice. It was to promote this podcast and to send my GM message. You got to send that GM message, but I didn't check any of my notifications yet because I was trying to start my day more clear. And then like later in the day, I went back and responded to people and engaged and do whatever I need to do. But you're right, like during that 2.5 hour gap or so, that would have been nice to get some of those things knocked out. So I guess, yeah, the possibilities just kind of open up, and probably as we get better at this, as the software gets better, as you guys get better, and I'm sure you guys are like taking in people's opinions and thoughts toward it as they use it more. They'll be like, yo, we didn't like this, we liked this. Can you start adding this in? And like things like that. So like that'll be the cool part of AI, which is the more pessimistic view is like, well, what about this, this, and this? And then the optimistic view is like, well, there will always be this, this, and this. And we can always go around it and we can always try new things. So I'm more excited about that. So, we can move a tiny bit away from SmartGROWAI just to briefly hit on NFTelite.com because people are also interested in that. So you guys have been working with projects for like the last year, 2 years. I forget exactly how many years, 2, 3 years, actually, I think you said.
Yeah,
Have
we
you talked
actually
about that
been.
experience and like maybe which projects you've worked with, what you've learned, things like that?
Yeah, of course, man. So our main line of business has been for the past 4 years Web3, right? I mean, we started building, I believe it was in June 2019 where we officially became NFTelite.com. Before that, I was actually just hoping around. The main reason I even got into Web3 was to help. Not even kidding. My main background for the past 12 years has been private consulting for business to business and tech firms. And one day I wondered, hey, can I really apply all my business knowledge into Web3? I mean, it sounded like such a crazy space, man. I mean, everything was brand new. You know what's funny? Back then, everything was so new that you could literally hit up any of those famous founders now in the DMs,
Mm.
and he would be just another guy. And I think that was part of the secret at the beginning because I was able to make connections quickly at the beginning when we were all growing, and that has definitely helped us a lot along the way. So over the past 4 years, I started this all by myself. You know, just like a startup, bootstrapped completely, but mainly trying to apply real life experience into projects. My main goal for this was actually to help projects have a structure in terms of marketing, in terms of frameworks, and convert them more from just an idea into a reality. So the first few projects I even helped for free
Oh, shit.
because yeah, I was like, hey man, I don't know you, you don't know me, but I think you have something amazing. How about I help you out? And usually they were like, yeah, man, but I don't have money. And I was like, look, don't worry. Right now, I just want experience. I really want to make sure I can actually help. So how about we test this out?
Oh, yeah.
And little by little, things started to go great. I mean, I believe everything is a combination of experience, hard work, and a little bit of luck. And I have to admit, we were a little bit lucky, mainly when we entered space, because around 6 months after I started with NFT Elite, Web3 started popping up everywhere, man. I mean, it's back then in the times of doodles. It's back then in the times of like any single project that had, you know, some type of good art and at least some type of utility, they would sell out, right?
Mm.
So that definitely helped us launch forward a lot. Over the past 4 years, we had the opportunity to work with over 150 successful NFT projects, and we definitely have learned a lot. And I'm saying this from a humble experience because everybody talks about their success, right? Everybody talks about how good things went, but it's impossible in 4 years to ignore the things that really taught you as well. Because look, in such a brand new space, there's a lot of failures.
Mm.
There's a lot of second guessing. Things move so quick that you're wondering if what you're doing now is actually working, right? So that's actually when we usually like to take a step back, look at things from a different area, and be like, hey man, let's learn from this and let's find a way to reapply this into the future to actually keep helping people. One of the biggest projects we worked with, we work with all types of projects. Actually, they're all in our website at nftelite.com. But one that I'm really fond of, and honestly, I love their team. I think they're doing something amazing. It's Stoner Ape Club. I don't know if you heard about them.
I have.
Definitely, man. We helped them launch since day zero. I mean, I remember when their team hit us up on DMs through Twitter, and I think that's the magic of Web3, man. Right? I mean,
Hmm.
in real life, you have to send like a proposal. I don't know, take them out to dinner, and in Web3, you're just like, hey, bro, what's up? Do you want to
Yeah.
launch a project?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we actually helped them launch from zero. I mean, pretty much everything. And for the past year, we had an amazing relationship experience with them, building their projects, pretty much working together hand by hand. Of course, as everything grows in Web3, I guess at some point in time, either the teams as founders or ourselves as a web development team or marketing team, you got to continue growing as well. So we decided, it was time for us to continue growing separately. But I think we definitely had our fair share of amazing projects and also our fair share of learning experiences.
Can you talk about some of the ones that went sour and why? Like what are the things you learned? What are the mistakes that you made so that people who are trying to I know a ton of people who are basically in a similar position of like, yo, we help other projects do their thing. Can you talk about some of the things that you've learned that maybe they can learn some stuff from?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I love talking about that because I wish I would have had this type of questions back then.
Yeah.
It would have helped me a lot. So I think whoever wants to launch an NFT project right now in this precise market, I think they really need to rethink if they're capable of doing it. And I'm not saying in terms of passion. I'm not saying in terms of vision. I'm saying in terms of the skills, organization, and pull through that you need to launch a project. I mean,
Mm.
one of the main, I would say not weaknesses, but one of the main mistakes that a lot of new founders make when they launch a project is not really having a final goal. And I think if we look back 6 months ago to projects that launched, we all probably have in mind some type of popular project that just ended up being a soft rug, right?
Yeah.
We probably can think about it. And if you really analyze it, I mean, of course, you have different type of projects, but if you really analyze it, it's more that they never had a final vision in their head. They never knew how the project would look 1 year after the launch, right? So I think the goal here is to actually organize every aspect, the financial aspect, the team aspect, but mainly communication, man. I think 99% of the problems in Web3 would be solved if people would communicate better. If projects would actually talk to their holders and be like, hey, look, we're having this type of issues. How about we all come up with a solution as a community to actually push the project forward? And I think that's actually the essence. And I think that's something that we should all definitely work on and always improve. But I think the space has changed a lot. It's a lot more mature. The holders right now, they're actually a total different animal. I mean, holders right now, they're not just looking for art, for example. They're not just looking for utility. They're looking for a nice combination of everything.
Hmm.
It is true that community is definitely the key of every single project. To be honest, I admire huge projects like, for example, Sappy Seals or The Plague. Man, I love them because they have fantastic communities, and that is why they have been able to be so long in the game and
Hmm.
survive, even if it fluctuated, even if it drops, even if it goes up, they're still all together. So I believe we should all look up to projects that are doing fantastic and actually say, hey, look, this is exactly what worked for them. How can we improve this for our own project?
What do you think? So you've worked with a lot of projects. I assume many of them or most of them were pre-launch. Have you been? Is any part of the NFT Elite company? Does any of it work with post mint stuff, or is it all pre? And then for SmartGrow AI, have you seen that? Have what I'm trying to say here? Has SmartGrow AI and NFT Elite combined in any way yet for a new project?
Yes, actually, we actually work with all type of projects. I mean, new projects, failed projects, or sold out projects. We usually hit those three, and we have different services for them.
Okay.
For those that probably didn't mint out, we do work a lot with them. Actually, there's a really popular one, and honestly, it's one of my favorite projects because the founder, when we spoke the first time, he had full belief in me. It's called DJ Gang. All right, they're like this green pixel type of monster-looking thing. And when we started working with them, they had around 700 mints. That's it. With a total collection, I think it was 7,000 in total. And I remember we reached out to them saying, hey, man, look, we saw your project. I think it has potential. How about we work together? And I have to admit, after a lot of, putting a lot of pressure into the project, a lot of endless working nights together, the project ended up minting out all 7,000 pieces. And I would say in a month. So that shows you that even if the project is failing at the beginning, it's not the end. There's still an opportunity. But it's like I mentioned before. I think the word that defines everything is being humble. If you take a step back and you look at your project and you actually recognize what you're doing wrong, it's gonna help you tremendously, man. I mean, nothing's gonna teach you better than what you failed at. And that's what I think a lot of founders should actually think about. It's what am I doing wrong, and accept it so that you can actually work in it.
Let me interject here. I can tell you I can tell all of us, we all probably know the answer too. Like most projects that are doing wrong is the fact that they're not looking at the successful projects and just doing, mainly just copying a little bit what they're doing. They're just like, they're not looking at people like the DGods community, the Pudgy Penguins community. They're just not looking at the successful projects and trying to do some of it and then figuring it out for themselves. Like, bro, the answer is like the founders need to be more out there. The founders need to almost become content creators / influencers, but they don't have to become Frank level where they every tweet changes the entire market for the next 48 hours. Now there's 3,000 people talking about it, but you do need to be out there. And the thing is, that it basically brings in my head now SmartGrow AI, how we were talking. They're like, well, the founder doesn't have enough time. They're doing this and that. It's like, well, I guess literally SmartGrow AI solves that. It's like, okay, well, if you want to be more active on Twitter, you want to be jumping into spaces, but you don't have time to be doing, you want to engage with people. I guess SmartGrow AI literally solves that problem, because I would say most projects don't do as well as they want because they're just ignoring the fact that they're not doing the most important stuff, which is the founder being out there.
Exactly. Honestly, I agree 100% with you, but I think we end up in a dilemma over here, right? Because it's like, as a founder, maybe the founder is an expert at building teams, maybe he's an expert at being an artist, but now we're expecting founders to do so many things at once that you really wonder, can they really manage that? I mean, I met with a lot of founders that literally told me, hey, man, look, I'm an artist. I'm a creative guy. I have no clue about marketing, and I'm really bad with people, right? So I don't blame them. It happens, not everybody can have spark. I mean, you look at, I don't know, any type of reply guys or any type of actually NFT people that are all day creating amazing type of content. And they have this type of power that it's easy for them, right? So I agree with you. SmartGrow AI, it's here for those people that really need that extra push, because you don't wake up creative every single day. And with SmartGrow AI, you can easily click a button, tell it exactly what type of content you would like to create, and boom, it's going to create it for you based on your own AI personality. So even if it's positive, even if it's sarcastic, as you wish, as long as it's there to help others and help you grow, that's exactly what the system does.
And guys, just for some context, I'm not here trying to pump SmartGrow or anything. I'm just like, that's part of the conversation here, but it's also interesting. Like AI, is it AI and augmented reality, virtual reality, that entire concept, that entire category of industry is very, very, very interesting to me, because it's all connected. Web3 is connected, the metaverse is connected, AI is, because they're all involved with each other and they're all going to be working hand in hand. So that's why I get so excited about some of these things. And I saw Dewey, I'm not sure if you're still in this space. I saw you raise your hand. If you do, oh, there he is, Dewey, Dad, I saw you popped up and you wanted to request. If you had a question, I'm down. Honestly, if anyone had a question and want to pop up right now, I can just add you as a speaker real quick. Okay, there you go. Let's see what he's got. Please be a real question. Like, please don't just come in and start yelling nonsense or something. Here we go. This is kind of fun. I like doing this live. It's like calling in on a radio show. All right, Dewey Dad, you're up on stage. What's up, fam?
Yeah, so we're actually a not part of Elite, but we're one of their clients. So we're super happy what we're trying to do with our project with Elite NFT. It's amazing. We signed to Smart AI, so we're excited to see what the future is. And I think we have some of the best team. Our projects, I'm not trying to steal this project, but we've been over, like, I don't know, 15 months. We're almost getting ready to be, a year and a half and stuff like that. And we've tried to find some of the best people within the NFT space that are trying. And, we went with NFT Elite.
Damn. Okay. A live. What do you like? That's
hey,
dope.
Man. I'm getting a review live.
Jesus, that's fucking lit. Dewey Dad. Dude, that's cool. What's your project called?
100%. Dewey Dad.
Dewey Dad.
So,
that's nice.
Very cool. So I think Mr. Sausage and Diamond, they all know. So would you guys mind if I shill for like 30 seconds?
Bro, shill for 30 seconds. 30 seconds only. Shill for 30 seconds. Go ahead. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude. So we hit, it's just three of us. We have, Dewey Dad, but, it's part of the dev space. And we have the amazing amounts of characters behind that. And I think Mr. Sausage and Diamond knows that we have endless projects that are coming every month that are part of the same team when it comes to Dewey Dad. So, that's what we do, man. We have an artist that does where the founders grew up with, and that's what we do. We'll put out a project every month of different stuff and hand drawn and, put it in digital, obviously. But yeah, man, we've got a famous artist on the team that does shit in LA and puts stuff on murals and schools and you name it, man. He'll tag anything.
Damn. So, very, very cool.
But we found the team finally after over a year is NFT Elite. So we're happy, man. We're happy.
Dude, that's fucking cool. Mr. Shots, did you have any last thoughts before he pops off stage here?
Honestly, I love this. It was completely unexpected. I promise we did not send him. Hey, Steve, I'll definitely DM you after. And I'm really happy that you actually came up. I mean, I think this is it really shows that our hard work definitely pays off, and that the type of quality that we bring to the space is actually to help others. I mean, in Web3, you get all types of people. Those that actually help, those that actually say they help. And I'm really happy that Dewey Dad came on board and actually said, "Hey, look, I'm actually enjoying working with them." So for me and my team, that is better than anything else in the world. I mean, nothing better than a review, nothing better than somebody actually being happy. And to be honest, let me share a secret with you. They are building an amazing project. It even includes a specific drink, right? A specific drink they're going to be building and branded under their own name. I'm not saying it now because we want to use it for a launch, But yeah, I mean, they're building amazing stuff and really happy to working with them, right? And you know what? When we work with a project, I definitely say they become part of our family because, there's a lot behind projects. You see a founder, right? You see an NFT project, but behind them, they have people, they have families. They can actually, they have people that really expect a good outcome of this. And for us, we're really working hard to make this happen for them at every single point. So whenever we work with a project, I believe communication is key, and we're always here to actually be there for them, guide them through every single obstacle. And at the end of the day, we're here to create long-term relationships. So I'm really happy that it is happening.
Cool, dude. This is really cool because it sounds like so one thing that's interesting because I watched a lot of content from Web3 people. Then I also watched some people, like, just for example, throw in the word Alex Hormozi here. You guys probably know him. I'm just using him because he's famous. But like Alex Hormozi with acquisition.com, he works with companies to scale them, right? So he says, okay, we fuck with your company. We think it's great. We could probably 200 exit from here. So we're basically going to give you our manpower and some money, and we're going to blow you up, and we're just going to take a percentage of you. And that's a very different outlook than like, yo, let me just pump everything and then ditch you as soon as the project ends. So it's a little bit of a different style of thing here. And it sounds like you guys are more of like an incubator kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess we're more of a warm touch to the heart. Because you know what, when we started working with people, we know, I really wanted to get away from that corporate idea of, yeah, you're a client, I'm the founder, we have this type of calls. Like, I really wanted to get involved. We're really hands on. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie, we work from Monday to Sunday. Actually, I think I took my first Sunday 1 or 2 weeks ago, and it felt amazing, but at the same time,
Yeah,
guilty.
I bet.
Right? But yeah, look, honestly, I couldn't do this without my team. And since day one, I believe our core essence has been helping. So whenever we bring a project on, we take a little bit of time deciding if they're a good fit for us, because it's easy to say yes to everybody. And I think that's something that should change in Web3. I mean, yeah, you know, opportunities are everywhere, but should you really take all the opportunities? Are all of them really for you? And I think that boils down to really knowing if you can really benefit that person, right? If you can actually make a positive change in them. And that's been what we're all about. You know, we're all about helping projects launch, but at the end of the day, we're all about helping their visions become a reality. I mean, recently we had an amazing opportunity working with, I don't know if you're a big NBA fan, Kevin
I know
Porter
him,
Jr.
but I'm not a big like basketball watcher, but I know the name for sure.
All right, awesome, man. So he's part of the Houston Rockets team, amazing NBA player, you know, a superstar. You would think somebody like him is just like starstruck, right? But honestly, it's the total opposite. This guy was completely humble all the way down, that when he launched his own project, right, and we started working with him, he wanted to be part of everything. And that's exactly the type of reasons we decided to work with that project, because it wasn't your typical celebrity type of drop where like, yeah, let me sign this paper, goodbye.
Yeah,
Right? This was more about hey, I think he was even part of the art. So that's how, you know, that's how good he got into the project. And I think at the end of the day, it's like I mentioned before, we're here to help and make a difference in Web3.
Very cool, very cool. And I saw Dewey Dad, you got one last thing to say. What's up, fam?
Yeah, and thanks guys again for letting me speak. So one thing that you know, me and Mr. Saj talked about is like, I've been back in Web 2, right? I started buying domain names back 95, 94, 95, 96. It's like, this is a totally different era that we're dealing with. And you know, I have a totally different company. And this is something like, man, I need to get back into like that Web 2, Web 3. And I think Mr. his team are like, inspire us to go, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get back into it. You know, everybody has a day job. It's not, everybody's trying to survive and through the Web 3. We're like I said, this.
Hold on, Dewey, you're breaking up a little bit. I'm only hearing every other third word. It might be like if you're in a house, it might be like a bad room or something. I only heard like every third word. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Maybe it's just me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can hear you now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm talking to, you know, the time that we've hooked up with NFTs. Sorry, I got a pig I'm trying to feed to as well. So I got a little ranch. You know, I've been in Web 2 since the early 90s and stuff like that. You know, domain names, web building, all that stuff like that. And getting into Web 3 is probably the most exciting situation that we've been involved with. And having a team like NFT Elite. And keep in mind, we're not being paid for this advertisement. Does that make sense?
No, not at all. I mean, thank you so much for joining, because honestly, I mean, this was totally unexpected, man. And I love that you're jumping on this.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, definitely. But yeah,
right on, bro.
You know, we'll show it real quick. Dewey Dead, Death Likes Bunnies. We got all crazy stuff. So.
Right on, Dewey Dad. Hey, we appreciate you coming on, fam. We appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna shoot you back to the I don't even know how you say it, like off the stage, I guess it's called. Appreciate you though. And also, you know what? Let's just run the giveaways for right now. If you guys look at the top, it seems there's a Joyage special 50% off if you guys want to join. So definitely, if you were interested, just go to the Twitter space, just pin at the top. But The giveaway is, Mr. Sasha, do you want to announce it? And then I'll talk about how you guys can enter for that.
Yeah, definitely. So as part of this partnership, because we're so happy to be here in your YouTube videos and everything here that is being shown, we're gonna give away one special lifetime access pass to SmartGROWAI. So that means that one of the listeners right now is gonna be able to get complete access to the NFT pass that gives you lifetime access to SmartGROWAI. Usually we sell them for half ETH, right? Well, actually, no. Right now we this past week we raised it up to 1 ETH. So honestly, we should have updated that price, man.
Oh shit!
But yeah. But they're limited and they're exclusive. We only made 50 passes in total. So somebody's definitely going to get a grail here. I really hope they don't flip it. I really hope they actually use it.
Let's fucking go. Guys, you guys are literally getting a pass that's worth 1 ETH right now. They're selling it for 1 ETH and people are buying it for 1 ETH. That's the giveaway. Any other last details on that before I talk about how we can enter?
Yeah, definitely. So this is going to help them completely automate their accounts and have a 10 times growth with AI systems. So look, even if you're an influencer, if you're a regular person, or you have a business in real life, you can totally apply this to grow 24/7 even while you sleep, man. So if you're listening, this is your chance to get a step into the future. So welcome to the future of marketing with SmartGROWAI.
Dude, that is that's really crazy. Actually, I'm super excited about that. You guys know normally on this show, sorry for the fucking city noises. I don't know if you guys heard the ambulance and fire trucks earlier in the stream. I had to keep muting myself because there's like literally a disaster happening every 25 seconds in the city. Of course, hearts out to everyone because I'm sure there's something going wrong. But anyways, I was gonna say for this giveaway, I normally do NFT stuff, but this is an interesting, different style of giveaway that I was really excited to bring for y'all. So I hope you guys are excited. All you have to do to enter is screenshot wherever you're at. If you're on Twitch, if you're on fucking Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, I don't know where you're at. Wherever you're at, screenshot wherever you're at, and then just tag us. Literally tweet us, tag us. If you want to link it, you can. I know Twitter is shadow banning people who put external links, but whatever. Just screenshot it. Obviously you got to be following us because if you win and we DM you, we can't DM you unless you're following. So be sure to be following us. All you have to do is screenshot the space, screenshot the stream wherever you're at, post it on Twitter, tag us. That is all you have to do. That's almost all you have to do. And then just hit that bottom right icon and retweet this space. So all you have to do is retweet this space, bottom right, that message icon, retweet, and then just screenshot wherever you're at. Post on Twitter. I want to see our beautiful faces / this Twitter space all over the timeline. That's all you have to do. And I will be choosing a winner in about like 20 minutes or something like that. And if you win, you will be getting a fucking pass that is worth 1 ETH. That's what, like $2,000 at this point because ETH is pumping. Like, holy shit, that's nutty. We've literally, like, by the end, in the next 20 minutes, ETH is going to go up another 15%. So you're going to win even more money, technically. So we appreciate y'all. That's all you have to do to enter into this giveaway. And we're just going to continue the normal conversation. And we find another stopping point in like 20 minutes or whatever. I will choose the winner. So I appreciate y'all. Again, screenshot wherever you're at. Tag us, tweet us, retweet the space. That is all you have to do. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
I'm fucking pumped. So that is super cool. So shout out to SmartGROWAI. Shout out Mike for supplying that giveaway. We love doing little giveaways in the stream. I want you guys to win stuff, not just listen, not just get alpha, even though I think that's plenty, but I would love to bring you guys some W's also outside. So anyways, we're going to move on with the conversation. So let's talk about some fucking, some conceptual stuff, maybe futuristic things, getting a little bit away from the companies and more about some like topics that I think are just fucking interesting. I think people who watch my show think are interesting. Otherwise they wouldn't be here. You guys know, if you guys watch the show, I love talking about the metaverse. I love talking about universal-based income. I love talking about virtual reality, about all the things that aren't here yet that everyone gets mad about. All you guys see it on Twitter. I post hate comments every single day. And then I post a reply to those hate comments. I love that shit. I love trolling. So let's talk about it. Metaverse / virtual reality. Bro, where do you see that headed? Is that even something that's on your radar? Is it silly to think of something like Ready Player One in our lifetime? Give me your thoughts on it.
So this is what I think. When the whole COVID thing happened, right? I mean, I think we had a huge, I would say, trend in terms of metaverse and in terms of virtual reality. I mean, at the end of the day, we were almost all of us inside the house, right? Doing nothing, really wanting to, try to find a way to experience the outside, trying to find and experience a connection. So I think that was one of the main reasons, I would say the metaverse or virtual reality really made a connection with people because there was a need for it. I'm a huge fan of virtual reality. In fact, I would say I would love if a lot of events, or actually a lot of things that people spoke about in the last year, would actually happen, right? If there's one thing that makes me a little bit pissed about virtual reality, or even the metaverse, is that almost everything we have talked about until now, almost every single development did not end up happening, man. And that's one of the main things that really gets me, because it's such an amazing technology. Forget the fact that, yeah, of course it's better to hug somebody outside than through the lenses, right? Yeah, like, of course. But at the same time, it gives people of all types of needs access to an outside world. I mean, we talked about us just being here. We have the time. We're chilling in this amazing videos and spaces. But what about that person that's going through a tough time right now? Maybe they're like in the hospital. Maybe they're having a horrible situation. This allows to escape reality for a little bit. And from a mental and psychological side, I think that's really helpful, man. I think we all deserve a little bit of happiness at some point or another, and a way to actually, be happy of what we're doing, right? So if this is a way to actually expand people, actually give them different types of, I would say, entry points into, I don't know, concerts, or even stages, or anything that allows people to interact, I think it's amazing. I mean, right now we're having this conversation, through audio, through video, but why aren't we having this, as a 3D character, right? I mean, why hasn't that happened yet? I see a lot of projects pushing it. And don't get me started with the projects that promise the metaverses, because I don't know what happened to them. But for those that were really building, I mean, I wonder what's really stopping them. And I don't know if it's funds, or I don't know if it's that we still need some type of huge goggles like Oculus to interact with it. But little by little, I really hope we start integrating it more into our daily experiences. I do know as a fact from close friends and family that a lot of people that started doing remote work, from their jobs, started to use virtual reality type of meetings in the metaverse, and it was really profitable for them and really successful, because they were able to reduce costs for buildings and everything. But at the same time, it was better than just the typical Skype call or Zoom call, because it allowed them to interact with each other, right? So what do you think about it, man? I love it. I really wish we would use it more. Let's see what happens in the future.
Dude, yeah, I mean, we've got to be a little bit of ways away, because none of it's we're not even just because we haven't built it, nor are we, just the fact that we haven't built it, but also like we as a human culture, I don't think are ready to do something like that yet, because it requires baby steps, in the same way that like Snapchat right now, if you're on Snapchat, there's like filters right now, Instagram, Reels, TikTok, there's features that are augmented reality filters that change your appearance, and people are becoming a little bit more okay with it. It started off with like, oh, what the fuck is this? This is really weird. We don't like it. And it became very normal to now you're like, oh, let me just do it for fun. And like when that starts to happen and we start to evolve, and in 2 years, what is that going to be next time? What is the next thing that people say, oh, that was terrible? Then they go, oh, well, let me just try it out for fun. Everyone's doing it. I don't care. My favorite influencer is doing it. It doesn't seem to be hurting them. Let me try this. Maybe let me try, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, even something as crazy as Neuralink. Right now, people are like, wow, even me, I wouldn't be like, yeah, let me sign me up for Neuralink today. I need some baby steps. I need a watch first. I need glasses first. I need something where I can get a hint of like, okay, this might be worth it before I dive in and link something in my fucking brain. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be very, very similar to basically every single invention ever in the future, because that has always how it has been since the prehistoric ages. I'm sure when fire first came around, people were like, yo, I don't like this hot red thing. It's pretty fucking dangerous. I don't know about it. And then someone was like, yo, but it can keep you warm at night and fend off wolves. And they're like, okay, well, shit. Let me try it. And then they do it once, and they're like, oh, that actually wasn't so bad. As long as I don't set the forest on fire, it might not be awful. And it literally is that simple. It is that simple. And I see that for every single stage of development. And for people who think, well, okay, maybe that's true, but the metaverse is impossible because XYZ. It's like, okay, how many other times have you been proven wrong because someone like Elon Musk came around and changed the whole game? I remember in high school, there was a team called Somerville. We never, in our entire history of our school, had beaten that team. I roll up in there. I'm a new kid. I don't fucking care. I go in there. We fucking beat them. And we never lost ever. Like for the next 4 years, we never lost. Right? Like that's just how it is.
But we're not all you, man. I mean, you're a superhero.
Listen, if that was true, I'd be a professional soccer player. I wouldn't be here talking to you if that was true for soccer. But anyways, that's kind of like my thought process towards the metaverse and stuff like that. So I just think it's inevitable. And I'm also a metaverse maxi. If you guys see, it's literally in my bio. That's a little bit to piss people off, a little bit to get people to be like, oh, so he is someone who believes in the metaverse. Because I want, if one day someone who's building the metaverse or someone who's like a worker or professional in it goes, man, we need to reach out to some people who believe in this shit, very easily identifiable. They're like, okay, we like Kate's content. We think he's cool. He's putting consistent work in, and he's a metaverse maxi. That makes sense. Let's reach out to him. I need to be in that kind of position. So that's why I work so hard to put out that content. I do think Ready Player One is possible. I do think, well, I don't know about Avatar yet, but like the Ready Player One aspect, I do think is very possible. And the idea, I think there's a Black Mirror episode of people going in and just like doing day stuff, like day jobs, kind of like editors or virtual assistants right now. It'll just be a little bit different in a metaverse. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I love that idea. And I really think, just like you, man, I agree 100% with that. You know, I wish that would happen. And actually, I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding in terms of metaverse, right? Because when you think about metaverse, you think it as one place. You think it as, for example, Sandbox, right? Or the other one, I totally forgot the name of it, the other one. And you think that's exactly what a metaverse is, right? You assign it in your mind with one thing, but in fact, the metaverse, it's multi-location, it's multi-character, you know, it's everything and nothing at the same time, because it allows you to be that same character in almost every single place. I mean, now that you mention online work, right? I mean, there's one thing you mentioned about the metaverse that honestly I think it's really helpful. And look, it might even pop up in the thing about doxing or not doxing, right? Because I think in Web3, one of the magical elements of Web3 has been that we are all our NFTs. I mean, look at me right now, right? I'm talking as Mr. Sausage. People know my name is Mike, but you see me as my NFT.
Yep.
And in fact, I have done that since day one on purpose, mainly because I wanted to establish this as a brand. And I really wanted to get all types of external elements out of the way. I mean, if I boil it down, you know, to somebody, it all boils down to their essence, their personality, right? Their way to actually help others, or I would say to actually deliver what they're promising, right? And I think in the metaverse, people are going to be able to be whoever they really wish to be. Now, is there a fine line? Like you mentioned before, like influencers and Instagram, they use filters to like look hot, but you know, maybe they're not. Yeah, maybe, you know. But I guess that's where we separate real life into the metaverse and online life, right? So I really wish that would happen. It would definitely be helpful for a lot of people, and just touching a little bit the basics on the doxing or not doxing, which I think it's fantastic for the metaverse as well, since we're all going to be characters in a way. I think it has helped a lot of people from all around the world really be themselves in Web3 without any type of prejudice, right? Because look, nobody cares how you look. Nobody cares your political views, your religion. As long as you're actually a good person, you're fun, and we can interact. That has been the success of Web3. Right. So I love that part of it. And you know, would love to know your thoughts about it. I know it's a really heated topic. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I myself chose it as a brand. And since it has worked for the past 4 years, I thought about it a few times that I was, you know what? I don't want to change something that's working. So yeah, tell me about it. What do you think?
Dude, I think it's the exact what you basically just said. It's like, I don't actually give a single fuck what you look like, because this is how I know you. This is the only way I know you. I don't have anything else to compare it to. Therefore, for a lot of people, like for me, I don't really, like, I've seen a lot of really weird, dumb shit in the past few years because I've made some really dumb, weird decisions that put me in really weird positions, and it has allowed me to see some very strange things, right? So I pretty much like don't care. I'm just like, yeah, well, whatever. Like, I accept that. Nothing I can do about it. I've seen a lot of weird shit. So for me, I don't like think some certain way because maybe you turned out differently than I would have expected. The only situation I could think of where I was just for a moment kind of thrown off was when Goblin Town founders doxed. I just didn't really want that because that was weird after they were humans. It was just weird. I think we can all agree, like now it's just awkward because we're like, oh, those are really just grown ass men who, like, it's just weird. So, and then Frank, I just didn't expect Frank not to look like a frat bro. I thought he was going to look more frat bro-y, and he didn't. He looked like a normal
I
dude.
agree,
And I was
man.
like, damn,
I
it
agree. Yeah.
almost took away a little bit. But then the thing is, like, it's not like he's doxing himself and posting selfies every day. He's still Frank, and we still know Frank as his PFPs basically. And he's so active that I still, after like the initial couple days where I was like, whoa, like he doesn't look anything like I thought, he's right back to Frank, and I don't give a shit anymore. And he's basically the exact same character he always was. And so nobody cares. And so like that's kind of how I look at it with the PFPs. Would love to know if y'all are in the chat right now, if y'all are in spaces wherever, what y'all's thoughts are on that. Because that's just, I feel like a lot of people would probably agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. Look, to be honest, even the people we hire sometimes, we work with a lot of amazing color managers, and I know as a fact, due to their time zones, they're probably not from either America or the UK or Canada. They're probably from other type of countries, and if they would have. In other situations, they could get judged just because of where they're from. And I think that's horrible, man. But in this case, as long as they can put in the good work, I don't care how they look, man. I don't even care how they sound because they're chatting with us, right?
I mean, think about it, dude. Have you ever tuned into GMGM Market Talk? I know a lot of people in here. There's some traders in here. GMGM Market Talk by Easy Eats Bodega, one of my favorite content creators in the game. He has a couple of people like in his space that are always there and they're always talking. There's one dude who's like I forget if he's like a trader or what. He's got like a really high pitched nasally voice and it's hilarious. And maybe in a certain setting, people would almost like bully someone like that because that might be perceived as like you're a nerd. But in this world, it doesn't matter because there's so much variety of people. I think that's why we're so attracted to Web3 because we are very aware and it's very put in front of us that like it really doesn't matter all the things that almost matter just in real life. Like I don't care what people on the side of the street look at me and judge me because it doesn't matter. What I care about is like how people on Twitter perceive me. And as long as they don't care, then like well, who the fuck cares? Like it doesn't matter at all.
Exactly, man. I mean, look at that right now. I mean, imagine if we were walking down the street with some amazing sombrero glasses.
Dude, I never even wear these outside. I'm too scared they're gonna break.
It's a legit 101.
Yeah. Well, technically it's a one of two. I have two. They're very like hard actually to get, and they're always out of stock. The places that I do end up finding them, like in the depths of the internet, when I do end up stumbling on them by total luck. But there's literally like I'm scared to use them. Like I have one pair that I keep that I only use when I'm out, that I only take out when I go to a conference. Like you will only see me wearing these outside. Really, if I'm at an NFT conference, I'll be wearing these at NFT LA. So that's next week, guys. By the way, I'll be at NFT LA. Hit me up. I would love to meet you guys. I'll also be at NFT NYC, and I'll pretty much 24/7 be wearing these glasses, just because, well, it's probably just gonna be sunny, but it's also just that's literally my brand. I almost have to.
I love that, man. Look, and you just mentioned one really specific thing, the brand, right? And I think that's something that a lot of people in Web3 should really understand. And look, this goes for Twitter marketing, this goes for NFT project founders, or for anybody that's really trying to grow themselves. I mean, in 2023, if you have a phone, if you have access to the internet, you already have a chance of making money. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen kids that are 15 years old, you would think, oh man, this kid doesn't know anything. I know he's probably making money online just by building his own brand, even if it's a small scale. But I think there's still a lot of education that needs to happen in Web3 in terms of building your own brand. I mean, we all have our own brands at some point, right? I mean, and I'm not talking about creating your own physical products. I'm talking about yourself, right? And when it comes to Web3, we always talk about PFPs, right? I mean, people are like, oh, I just bought an NFT. And they immediately change their profile picture on Twitter.
Yeah.
They just, I mean, yeah, the new PFP looks amazing, man. But now I don't know who you are. Please put the other one back, right? So, in terms of branding, I think it's something that a lot of people should really learn because there's so much potential in it. And if you're in Web3, you're already one step ahead of everybody because by just joining a community, you already have a group of people that automatically likes you. And they don't like you because of who you are, just because you bought the NFT, man.
Yeah, man.
So you have access to them, and I think. I do think that projects and mainly people in Web3 could be doing more. For example, and let me use you as an example because, man, I think you're doing something fantastic. And I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting this type of professional level, mainly because you're not using just one source to gather an audience. You're using a tool that pretty much brings like 5 different types of streams into one place. So you're everywhere, man. That means that even if Twitter goes down, hey, man, you still got your audience. I don't know, Twitch goes down, you still got your audience. And that's a huge problem with Web3 and projects. If Twitter goes down today, I'm not going to lie, 90% of the projects don't even have an email list to say, hey, guys, we're moving over here. right? If Discord tomorrow closes, I don't know, they have a bug, people couldn't access to it, they don't have connection to anybody else in their communities, and I think that's horrible. If you come from Web 2, drop shipping, e-commerce, or anything, the number one rule is just like we say in Web 3, not your keys, not your coins. It's the same thing for business. If you don't have your list, if you don't have your audience, they're not your customers. You're just sharing it with somebody else. So, I love that you're doing that, man. And I think you're a great example for people that are really trying to get out there and do their own thing. So, keep it going because I love it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. You're right. And you know what? If there's any project founders or anyone who has a community, has a whatever, a pretty easy way to get people across platforms is simple giveaways. I mean, if you guys were watching the Izu podcast from a couple weeks ago, guys, we literally had like almost 1,000 people tune in live. Like that is stupid. That is insane numbers for a bear market. And you know how we got basically like double the numbers was from an Izu giveaway because we tapped into their community. They're a strong community. Here's the best part. Not every community that is strong has a 1 ETH floor price. There are some projects like Izu, the floor was like 0.01. Fam, like that giveaway cost me $40. And we got 1,000 live viewers and more than that after. Like that is crazy shit. So like if you want to get your audience and you're like, oh man, we only have Discord, guys, just fucking put out a thing. Like Dogepound just did it. Shout out Dogepound. Love you guys. Shout out John. And they were like, yo, they didn't even do a giveaway. They were just like, yo, we're changing Discord up real quick. If you still care about Dogepound at all, then just do these 2 things. They take 7 seconds and you will now be here. And what they should have done is also probably incorporate an extra thing like follow us on Instagram. But like you could do that. Be like, oh, if you want to participate, you fuck with Dogepound and you want to win a Dogepound NFT, for them it's a couple $100 to do the giveaway. Then all you have to do is follow us on Instagram. And like that is literally it. And now they've moved over probably 15% of the audience. Do that every couple months, bro. Easy shit. Easy shit. You guys are about to see me do it tomorrow. We have a $2,300 NFT giveaway tomorrow. I'm so beyond excited for it. It's a partnership with another rapper in the Web 2/Web3 world. And he was like, yo, let's do a partnership giveaway. And that's the power of branding. If you do your branding right, you can get cool people to reach out and do cool opportunities like this. Like, I'm so excited. I don't really get anything from it other than brand awareness, and like someone's going to win a $2,300 NFT. It's a very relevant NFT. Every single one of you heard of it. They're always in the news. They're a top project. I'm really excited for that. But like branding actually is simple. It's just about committing and doing it. And sometimes it's hard if you don't have a clear mind. So whatever you can do to clear up your mind, whether it's meditation, going for a walk in the morning, not checking Twitter the first thing in your day, which is very difficult not to do, to be honest. It's very difficult not to do. But if you can have a clear mind and just do a couple of those activations, it's really hard because you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. The wording's not perfect. No, just put that shit out. Get 25 people to move over. Get 25 people to do it next week. Wait a month, do it again. And like you can do this. And so just for projects out there, some of the things aren't as difficult as you make it out to be in your head.
Exactly. Look, and honestly, you just hit one big point, and it's not shilling, but that's exactly why SmartGROWAI was invented, because you're able to actually continue growing while you're doing other things, man. You could be sleeping right now. You could be going out having fun with your family, or working.
And just like that, he just gets kicked. We will be having no shilling of the. We will have no shilling of the sort on this podcast. We do not do that kind of thing here. He's been kicked off the live stream. Oh man, I'm sure his internet just went out or something. He's still in the spaces. There he is. There's the man. All right, let's see if he's back. Is he back? Hold on. There he is. Here he's back. What's up, dude? What happened? Oh, hold on. Your audio's cut out. You're muted. Right below you. Oh, there you go. He's out. He's out. I told you guys. Listen, I told you there will be no shilling of the sort. Absolutely fucking not. Not on this show. All right, let's see if this one works. Yo. Can you hear? Your connection's 10 out of 10. And now 0 out of 10. It must be some kind of Wi-Fi issue. So guys, while we're doing this, while he's figuring out his connection stuff, would love to know your thoughts. We are going to hit on briefly about universal-based income as it relates to some of the news as of recent. We obviously seen the bank run. We saw SVB close. We saw one other bank close. I think it was in New York. We saw obviously Coinbase this past week went down for the weekend, and I was freaking out because I had literally, guys, listen to this shit. I literally sent a lot of money from my normal MetaMask to Coinbase because I was just going to take it out. And the guys, within a 10-minute gap, I basically put my phone down, went and did something, came back. By the time it came back, Coinbase implemented and sent out that message saying, hey, USD is paused. I didn't even have USDC. I had USDT. I had Tether and it didn't even work. The good thing was I was able to verify my identity and send it back to MetaMask, and I used Binance. But my point is, it's very scary right now. It's a very terrifying, honestly, time to be alive, because where do you fucking put your money, and which money do you buy? Do you buy Bitcoin? Do you buy Ethereum? Do you buy USD? Do you buy USDC? Probably not. Do you buy gold? Do you buy silver? Like, what do you buy at this point? And then where do you keep it? Do you keep your gold like in a fucking safe box? Like, where do you keep it? You know, it's terrifying. It's a terrifying time to be alive. And one of the things there that's interesting, let's see if he's back. Hold on. Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
I can, but your PFP disappeared, bro.
Oh man, what? Oh, let me try to fix that.
Yeah, go ahead. Here, while you're doing that, I'm gonna mute your mic real quick. When I see your pop up, I'll bring you back on. But I was just gonna finish that thought, and then we'll kind of go into your opinion on that as well, Mike. With universal-based income, what's interesting to me, and I made a little quick TikTok about this yesterday. It might be even pinned at the top of the Twitter space, and I talked about how if we're in a world where people suddenly don't have access, you know, the bank closes for a second, whatever goes on, and then the government says, "Yo, you guys need some extra money, fam. We're about to drop you guys $1,000 a month. All you have to do is sign up and agree to some of these terms. And you know, if you don't follow them, no problem. You just can't get gas next week. You know, you can't fly. You can't stay at the hotels. You can't do this or that, whatever it is. Very simple shit. You can't go to the grocery store because you signed up for this rule and we're giving you $1,000 if you don't abide by it." You know what that sounds like? That sounds like Black Mirror. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like fucking 1984, the book by George Orwell. Some scary, scary shit. And universal-based income, we don't know if it's going to be in the form of USD currency or if it's going to be in Bitcoin. Probably more than likely a US-backed, you know, backed in quotes, government coin, whatever they use, called CBDC. I'm very, very interested to see how that goes, because it's going to be hard to say no. I mean, imagine the government saying, "We will literally give you $1,000 a month." That's going to be hard to say no to. Hard to say no to. Mike, were you able to figure out the JPEG? Doesn't look. You may have to rejoin and add it.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute. I'll rejoin. Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We'll do it quick.
Cool. No problem. No problem at all. See, Argo is saying keep your money off the exchanges. Yeah, 100% keep your money off the exchanges. Yes, do not keep any money on your exchange. I don't care what it is. Take that shit off. You maybe can keep it. Like, it's so scary, man. Like, I talked to a bunch of people who have more money than me, and what their answer is, they're diversified a lot. You know, they've got, you know, 20% of the money here, 10% of their money here, 10% of the money here, different banks, different countries, even some people, just to literally diversify. Some people have it in real estate. That's actually one of the better options I've heard. Like, yo, put your money and invest it into real estate or Airbnb, or go percentages in. You can obviously invest in certain stocks that just maybe seem a little bit more. But the real answer here is just fucking diversify, fam, because if one goes down, at least it's not all your money. And that's one of those things that sounds good in practice, and then you're like, "Oh, I'll do that," but then you don't actually do it. That's the problem, is that, like, you know who gets burned? The people who get burned are normal people who don't make the decision until they wait until something happens, right? I think Mr. Sausage is back. Mr. Sausage is kind of just talking about for the potentially universal-based income and people, you know, getting money back to the from the government, but they have to sign up for some of these rules. And then also the fact that, you know, we'll just stick on that. We'll go to the second point in a second. Do you have any thoughts though on universal-based income? And maybe it'll come in the form of a CBDC that comes with a set of rules that turn us into a Black Mirror / 1984 style of society.
So I think as we move forward as a society, you know, even if it's Web 2, Web 3, crypto enabled or not, at some point we are definitely noticing, I mean, people need help, you know. Now, I think the final question is, who should we help and who should qualify for it, right? Like, when you talk about universal income, usually the main question that pops up in most people's heads are, yeah, but if I give them money, are they going to produce things? Are they actually going to be motivated to continue doing things? And, you know, it all comes down to actually understanding the rules. I mean, if it ever happens, you know, that do people need to provide something in order to be qualified for this? Or are we going to give this type of opportunities just because you're a human being and you deserve them, right? And also, what qualifies somebody for being a good human being and what not? You know, besides politics, besides, you know, economic rules, I think it all goes down also to being decent, right? So a decent human being. I mean, does somebody that actually help a lot of people versus somebody that, you know, it's a pain in the butt for society? Should we both see them under the same lens? It's a tough situation, but, you know, Web3 kind of makes that happen in a way. You know, we all talk about airdrops. You know, we all talk about, oh, hey, when it's OpenSea's airdrop coming up? You know,
when airdrop, fam. Retweet for airdrop, bro. Come on. Come on, MetaMask. Please give us a fucking airdrop.
Yeah, let's pray to the airdrop gods to see if we can get something. But
God.
But yeah, that has given people a little bit of a taste of what would happen if people would receive money from doing pretty much nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
if you go back to 1 year, 1 year and a half, airdrops were really profitable, man. I mean, ENS airdrops or like some random airdrops that nobody even knew where the money came from. I don't think people at that point really took care 100% of how they spent it. You know, and that has been a big problem with us. Actually, look, from a business point of view, there's a huge difference between projects that were completely founded from flipping, which we can call it easy money because they just flipped an NFT, versus projects that literally have to go to their bank, hit that withdrawal button, send it over to Coinbase, and then pay. You think it a few times before you even pay, man, because you're like, damn, this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about people actually having to put effort in order to get things versus helping those that really need it? Because at the end of the day, come on, there's people that really need help and they're amazing human beings. They just didn't have luck at things.
Yeah, I agree. And it's almost the same concept. This brings me to a topic that is like dear to my heart because I've lived in a car for a brief 6 months and was traveling, but I experienced I'm not going to call it homelessness because I feel like that's fucking disrespectful to people who literally didn't have anything. And at least I had a car. At least I was able to eat some food, even though there were times where I could not literally afford to buy food. And there was a couple of those times. But the idea that there are some people that I met, because I talked to a lot of homeless people when I was out there, guys. I was like parking in fucking public parks and like, because there's sometimes you don't have a place to go. So like you literally park into a park and hang out with homeless people. And so, you talk to some, and like some are obviously have some real issues, and some people, dude, some people I met are very just like you and me, They just got a fucking L, a massive L, and next thing you know, they're homeless. Like I talked to one guy, he was like, dude, 2 years ago, I was a business owner making like $1 million a year. He goes, now I'm literally fucking homeless, and my kids won't talk to me. He's like, life can change the snap of a fucking finger. Homeless people are not as far away from you as you think, and problems that you think are not, something that you're gonna have to deal with can become your problem very quickly. And it's the same with like these kind of things with money. You say, oh, I don't need this, I wouldn't participate. What happens if you get in a fucking car wreck and now your bills are 20 times more than you can afford?
Exactly.
Now you have to do it, and now you have no choice but to enlist in this. And what the point I was trying to get around there was that people are going to have to take more responsibility, and it's scary because you don't want to, because we've been in a world where like, yo, I don't want to, like, for example, I don't want to buy gold. I'm scared for myself personally. I don't want to buy gold and hold gold fucking bars because like that's scary. What if someone comes in and robs me? Like, I don't like that idea. I'd rather a bank hold that. And then you go, oh, that's why we're fucked, because that's everybody right now. I don't want to hold cash under my mattress or in my safe because someone steals it. I'll keep it in a bank. So the bank says, great, everyone's going to do that because they're all too scared and lazy. Now I can lend it out, and then no one's going to even know how much money we have until it collapses, like we just saw with SVP. And like, that's a scary fucking reality. So like, for yourself, what are your thoughts on that? Like for yourself personally, and then maybe for your team, like people in your own community.
Definitely. No, and honestly, I would like to start at the beginning of what you just mentioned. So look, in a sad reality and sad way, we're all one step away from going from everything we have to having nothing, man. I mean, in that sense, it's a reality check. And as you grow up, as you go through different type of struggles, life really hits you in the face, man.
Yeah.
I did not have that situation like the one you mentioned, man. And honestly, that you actually came out from that, you have a huge applause for me, man, because standing up from that, it's actually in the way you're here, man. I mean, that's impressive, But I believe as you actually start knowing people and you actually start getting into any type of business or anything, you notice that founders that are successful, they went through some type of struggle. I have not met one single successful founder that did not go through some type of struggle, either health, family, economic, And I think it's those things that actually push you forward. It's almost like either you live through this or you die type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if you live through it and you actually move forward, it makes you stronger than anything, but it makes you be respectful towards money. And
Yeah.
I think that's the key, right? I mean, being humble, it's, I always try to say this word because if you actually are humble enough to value what you have around you, and I'm not talking only about money, I'm talking about your team, the things you have, your family, the opportunity to wake up every day and actually try to fulfill your dreams. That's exactly what life is about, and if you link that to situations where you depend on other things, right? Like you mentioned before, yeah, everybody says it's so easy to read. Yeah, I don't trust the banks. Go and buy gold bars and store them in your house. Yeah, bro. First of all, where the heck can I go buy a huge gold bar? Because I have no clue. Second, where do I keep it? Because if somebody comes to my house, I'm gonna get robbed, right? And then if you go to the bank, it's just like you mentioned. I mean, at a U.S. level, your money's guaranteed up to $250,000, right? So, yeah, it's a lot of money. But if you talk to any type of business owners, I don't think they have it in like 10 different banks. So if something happens to them, they're screwed as well. Yeah. And I guess that's where crypto shines in a way, you know? That's where people say, actually, I believe this huge influx we're seeing right now in current ETH and Bitcoin prices. It's a little bit of reflection of people saying, hey, look, I want to diversify my holdings. I think I have an opportunity to actually, make more money here and keep it safer. But at the same time, and this all comes down to one single point, right? Yeah, when you buy gold, you depend on somebody buying it back from you and not being robbed. If you put it in the bank, you depend on the bank actually wanting to give it to you. But when you buy crypto, I mean, if I unplug your internet, right? I mean, we're not even going to see it. So that's part of the things that we should definitely check in terms of Web3. I mean, I guess there's a good thing and a bad thing to everything. And I don't know. I mean, from that point of view, I don't know if there's some type of offline storage. I don't know if somebody's keeping like an offline ledger. I would love to know that,
Well, like one thing I saw a comment from someone to Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, when I mean, if you guys know that, like I was talking about a second ago, but like Coinbase had a lot of money in SVB, and like that was a very, very, very scary time because people were like, what do you mean like our funds are safe on Monday, but not right now? And SVB just closed down. Like, what do you mean our funds are safe? They're clearly fucking not, because all your money's there. And people were like, okay, so, and anyways, like on Monday, when Monday came around, there was a comment that was very respectful, and they were just like, yo, like, have you ever thought about a more of a decentralized way to have your money rather than just giving it to someone who's just going to do the exact same thing that banks have been doing for 100 years? And he was like, yeah, I think there may be room for some version of a decentralized style of thing where it's, I don't know, it's just a little bit more safe in that kind of sense. And I think we are, as a culture, forced into becoming like, oh, maybe we need to think about this because, a big bank like that was a big statement. I mean, it just happened to FTX, and all that came from it was people clowning on crypto. And then it happens to a bank, and all of a sudden everyone's saying, holy shit, wait a second, that's our money. I'm like, bro, it was always our money, and it was always the same problem. The same thing happened with across all the exchanges on crypto. They were all just giving money to each other and like getting a fucking huge return, but the reality is they never had any of the money in their funds that they said they did. And that's the exact same thing that's happening with the banks. And so, we've kind of like beaten that dead horse. So just real quick, guys, this is the fucking time. You have the next 20 seconds to do a retweet, to follow us both for this giveaway, and then to screenshot the space, screenshot the YouTube, the Twitch, wherever you're at. Unlimited entries. We want to see our fucking faces, or the Twitter space plastered all over the timeline. All you have to do to enter this prize worth one fucking ETH, which right now is almost $1,700. Access to SmartGROWAI, supplied by Mr. Sausage here. So shout out to him. If you guys want to participate in that giveaway, you have the next 20 seconds to retweet the space, follow us, and post another screenshot tagging us. And then I'm going to literally choose a winner right now. So here we go. You got 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start.
Let's go. Who do we have? Let's go.
Here we go. All right, I see all the things. I'm going to start scrolling from the first one to the last one. I'm just going to start scrolling up and down. Hopefully I land on one. Sometimes I'll land on it and it's like on a random fucking notification.
All right, there. Which one did you get?
Wait. Let me do a little. I already chose the winner. I already clicked on it, but I'm gonna still play the sound. Ah, Jesus Christ! Hold on. Nope. Hold on. And the winner is Armando Vanderbilt. Let's fucking go, dude. Armando. Oh, he's a Joyager. I knew he was a Joyager, but like, let's fucking go. W. And honestly, I think you won because you posted a big ass photo. Like it takes up a lot of space on my phone. So way to go. You are the winner. You also, I think, maybe even posted multiple entries. So that's an extra W. And shout out to anyone who's trying to get into these Jesus Christ, who's trying to win these giveaways. It's unlimited entries, fam. You want to take up space on the timeline because I'm literally scrolling caveman style. But we appreciate Armando. Congratulations. You just won the SmartGROWAI pass worth 1 ETH. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. We're really happy to have you on board. To actually redeem it, just send me a DM on Twitter, or actually I'll send it over to Kate. We'll find the best way to actually bring it to you. So don't worry.
Hell yeah.
I'm really excited to have you. And you know what? This is going to be a fantastic way to invest back into the community, because yeah, we're giving away 1 ETH, man. I mean, that's pretty much what we're giving in the shape of a SMARTGROWAI pass. But for us, that means fantastic feedback. That means hopefully another happy user, and nothing makes us happier than that.
Let's go. That is big W's right there, Armando. I even think you even potentially influenced me, because I saw I think I saw a message somewhere saying I'm gonna try and use this actually. So Argoyle, I know I gotta fucking label this thing. The thing is, it's labeled. The problem is the actual RodeCaster itself is below me, so the only way I could actually read it, which makes no fucking sense, by the way, because I don't know why I set it up this way, but I can't actually see it. I would have to get under my desk and look at it, so I gotta figure out a way around that. But I appreciate all of y'all who entered. Devkusa, congratulations. Ben says congratulations. Armando, you are the fucking winner, dude. Congratulations. So yeah, we will set that up after this podcast. But we're going to continue with this, guys. Make sure if you're watching this on Twitch, every 10 minutes or so, you can earn 100 points, which you can redeem for literally a chance to win money. And so people are winning every single fucking stream. Either they're winning NFTs, they're winning access to stuff, or they're winning literal money. So make sure you guys are tuning in. Make sure you're also hitting that like button, subscribe on YouTube if you're there, because a lot of shit's coming your way. So Mike, just before we wrap up, I want to do some like rapid fire Q&A stuff, just so we can run through like multiple questions and knock out a bunch of stuff in just a few minutes. So Malibu's, the winner was Armando, then Armando VDBIE on Twitch specifically, but it was Armando. So congratulations, Armando. So we got a rapid fire Q&A real quick, guys. Real quick, Mike, run us through a little day in the life. Are any of them the same, or is it very different each time?
No, it's actually very different each time. I mean, part of what we do every single day is solving problems. It's pretty much finding solutions to things that come up. So every single day is a surprise, man. No day repeats. I have to say, it's one of the biggest things that motivates me to actually keep pushing, because it's really fun. I mean, finding solutions and making people happy, it's a complete different vibe once you actually know how to do it. And I got to give a big shout out to my team, honestly, because yeah, it's Mr. Sausage, yeah, it's NFT Elite, SMARTGROWAI, but behind me, I have a complete team of 25 Web3 experts working together, man, to make things happen. Big shout out to Diamond Sack, big shout out to Pink Tulips and the entire team. They're the ones that are always behind the scenes, pushing for us, managing the rest of the team. I couldn't do anything without them.
Hell yeah, dude. Shout out to all of them, guys. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to anyone working in Web3. You know what? And while we're staying on that topic, there's people in here who I'm sure would love to get a foothold into the working world of Web3. They want to participate. And I was just talking to one of my editors actually today about this, is in the sense that it is about narrative, fam. If you've ever done anything in Web3, that is part of your resume now. If you edited one video for someone one time, you now can use that as a resume builder. Oh, I edited, especially for YouTubers. That's why I think I had a lot of interest. I had like over 40 or 50 people ask me about the editing job and the VA job. Crazy numbers, because I think they know, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter who he is. He's a YouTuber. So I get to tell the next person I want to work with, oh, I edited a video for a YouTuber. He's really active, blah, blah, blah. And it helps you. So for people who are trying to work in Web3, so, maybe they have a skill, maybe they don't. What is your advice just to get started?
I think the first thing to do is get started, man. Honestly, that's exactly what I have to do. I see a lot of people in passive mode, every second day saying, oh, I'm going to do it, but they don't do it. Look, Web3 is full of opportunities. I'm going to give you an amazing example. We are hiring, man.
Actually, shit.
Anybody that's listening to this Spacers right now, or Twitch or YouTube or whatever you're listening from, right? Send me or my team a DM, because we're hiring people to actually do some type of outreach work for us. So, Web3 is a land of opportunities, if you have internet connection, but you also have a hard working skills to actually really make things happen, that's all you need. I've been able to work with amazing people that had no experience at all, but we were able to guide them. We were able to actually tell them exactly how things worked. And look, it's been an amazing opportunity, because you're definitely giving an opportunity to somebody that can make a difference for you, but can really make a difference for them as well. So I love that.
Dude, that's fucking lit. And I'm trying to see if I'm... There we go. All right. Yeah, big W's right there. Holy shit. I did not expect that, for him to literally say we are hiring. Guys, if you're watching this pre-recorded, or sorry, not pre-recorded, if you're watching this post-recording, like post-stream, or you're watching this live with us right now, literally right now, that is a fucking job opportunity and a half right there. And if you've ever done anything for me, you can use that as a resume builder and say, yo, I did something for Cade one time. And you know, if I've ever used it or if I've ever done anything with it, like go ahead and retweet that, find it in the archives. If I retweeted it from a year ago or something, use that to your advantage. Use anything that you use to your advantage, because it all does help and it does make an impact. Your experience does help. If you have no experience, then yeah, you might have to do some work for free. I know there's a big stigma around like, yo, know your worth. But I'm like, bro, if you have no worth, then like go do it for free. What the fuck? You know, I was a photographer. I am a photographer. And when I got started, I did like 10 photo shoots for free because I didn't know anything. How am I going to charge $300 when I don't know my worth yet because I haven't proved anything? You're probably going to have to do some work for free in the beginning. We all did. Anyone who's
has
done it for free.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's like I mentioned before, at the beginning, I started helping projects for free, you know, and look at me now, you know, imagining a team, building the future of Web3, you know, I would have never thought about it. So just for anybody that's really trying to do that, yeah, go ahead, try to help people, impress them and show them what you got. But at some point in time, you got to step up and say, hey, look, now that I know what I'm doing, this is my price.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's run through a couple more rapid fire Q&A. We'll ask this a little bit more towards your personal. So what is maybe the hardest thing you've worked through?
The hardest thing I worked through, I mean, besides the typical job or type of thing, has definitely been staying away from family, man. I mean, for the past, I would say 6 months, we're based actually in New York. Lived sometime up in Australia as well. That's actually where most of this started. And I've been up in Germany, man, already for the past 6 months, doing some type of business here, also Web3 related. And it's been a tough situation, man, because, you know, managing the team, but also family, you know, you miss them, you know, they send you videos, you do everything you can to get them over here, but at the same time it's impossible, you know. Flights are expensive, time is consuming, and you see them only a few times a day, so you know, it's definitely a hard situation for that. But besides that, before I even started NFT Lead, I had a really tough economical situation, like similar to the one you mentioned before, but at a point that I really thought I was going to have no return, man. I mean, working all day, stuck in a job that honestly I ended up hating, and really thinking there was no way out of there. I mean, I think we all talk a lot about mental health, and it's a topic that a lot of people are talking about now. And I'm really happy it's coming up because you can seem like you have your things, you know, all together, but in reality, inside, man, you're living a totally different type of health situation. So go ahead, listen to others, go check on your friends, check on your family, because you don't know what they're going through, even if they look they're doing good, right? Even now with Instagram, Facebook, and social media, yeah, they're posting cool pictures, but check them out, you know, see if they're really well and actually help them out. I think that's the key.
That is the fucking key. That's like, honestly, I was about to say that's a great place to close, but I gotta ask this final question because it's interesting to me. What's your favorite fucking, if you just went out on the town, not in the town, you just had a long day, what is the meal that you pray to God is just sitting there on the dining table for you? Can be made for you. It could also be like, you know, Chipotle or something, like something that you buy. What would that meal be? You're like looking for one thing. What is it?
Definitely, man. You know, lately I became a huge fan of smash burgers.
Oh shit.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I don't know what's going on. I mean, literally, it's just a burger that's smashed, man. I mean, I don't know what they did to it, but lately over here, I've been going crazy for them. I should definitely slow down. But yeah,
awesome.
I think right now that's my biggest peeve in terms of food. So yeah, hopefully this week I can allow myself one. You know, trying to take care over here, but
yeah,
you gotta enjoy life. Yeah.
100%, dude. That is the fucking alpha right there. You guys know Smash Burger. I haven't had that yet, so I'll have to try it. But guys, thank you so much. If you made it to the very end, I know some of y'all, I recognize some of y'all right now in the spaces on YouTube, on Twitch, on LinkedIn, wherever you're at. I recognize some of the names that have been here since the very beginning. Shout out to all of you so much. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating in the giveaway. That was really fun. Someone won literally a $1,700 worth giveaway today. Armando, shout out to you. Bet Fury fam. Fucking love you. If you guys won some money today using the point system, congratulations to you. We love Bet Fury. We're so lucky to bring them some educational content through these podcasts. I have a great time doing them. Yeah, dude, Mike, thanks for coming on. This was so much fun. We'll probably have you on again.
You know, I would love to, you know, anytime you need me, I'm here. I'll just clear my schedule because I think I never had so much fun, man, before. You're doing an amazing job, and, you know, I can't wait to see everything that you got. I know you're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure your community is going to love it. So I'm really looking forward to it. And you know what? Consider me a huge fan, man. I'm part of the Joyage kingdom now.
Let's go. He's definitely rolling dice with himself, fam. He's definitely rolling dice with himself, running this project for a few years now. Dude, thank you so much for saying those words. I really appreciate it. And guys, made it to the very end, smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. You guys already know. Follow Bet Fury on Twitch. Do all the things. Retweets, likes if you enjoyed the space and enjoyed the conversation. We got more podcasts coming your way. We're interviewing Kalano, lead Binance NFT Thursday. We also have a podcast tomorrow with Colton Rain and a big NFT project coming up soon. We have whitelist giveaway for that coming. That'll be 12 p.m. PST tomorrow. Kalano, the podcast on Thursdays, also 12 p.m. PST. We will see you guys there, and then I'll see you guys in NFT LA next week. I'm so fucking excited to have you guys here. Until next time, continue on your Joyage, continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video or Twitter.